Yo, what's going on? Savage here. Today we're going to be breaking down another viewer submitted gameplay. We're going to be spectating and analyzing solo match. Now, if you want to go ahead and submit your gameplay for review, make sure you upload a recent match to YouTube and join our Discord community. Once you've joined our Discord community, make sure you go to the video submissions page and submit your video there along with your KD, how many overall kills you have in Warzone, and how many wins you have in Warzone as well. Also, guys, the most popular thing in our Discord is the looking for groups pages. So if you guys are tired of playing with randoms, if you guys are tired of playing by yourselves, make sure you're utilizing that to meet people, make friends, and hopefully come out with some W's. But anyway, if you have not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the Wolfpack today. Our community is growing and it's growing fast. Also, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 700 likes. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the video. All right, so here we are spectating Lingo. I think it's Lingo. And Lingo is trying to find out where he wants to go. It looks like he's going to be landing Quarry. I like Quarry drops. It's usually going to be pretty hot. There's a lot of action going on there, so I really enjoy going to this compound. When you're playing solos, make sure you're trying to go for your search objectives and or a bounty. Try to save the flags for middle or late game. Don't worry about that right off the bat. Try to clear out the compound that's around you. Try to find weapons. Try to get your money, get your loadout, and start slaying out. All right, we're getting our loot and we're getting it fast. I love that he's looting real fast. He's not taking time to think about what he needs. He just knows what he needs. And the moment he sees what he needs, he goes ahead and gets it. And with that kill right there, there's really no strategy behind that. Shotguns win everything, and he got the kill with the shotgun. Dude just stood no chance. All right, here he is sitting at 8 grand already. He's calling UAVs and I get some aggressive gameplay. I'm definitely down for that. My dude's over here parkouring. All right, this is definitely a veteran player. He knows the layout of the map. He knows exactly where he's at. And he's utilizing the UAV to get the kills on guys who just have no idea what's going on. Now, judging by the UAV, you can tell that this guy is on the same level as him. And again, if you guys did not know, revert your eyes to the minimap area. Because his dot had no arrow under it, as these two do, we know that he's on the same level as us. It's all about reading the minimap, reading the UAVs to really help you utilize the game mechanics and win the game. Now, this enemy is running from you, but go ahead and push him. You have another UAV, so I wouldn't worry about it wasting. Now, in this situation, a lot of people would use the UAV, and that's perfectly fine. If you use the UAV for one guy, make sure you're at least paying attention to where the other ones are at. We know there's a guy on blue roof, and I can remember there's a guy on blue roof. That's pretty easy to remember. But the two guys down here on the mini map, I really don't know where they're at. So I'd pull up my big map, and I would ping one of those. That way, I can kill this guy, rotate the blue, and if I feel like chasing them down later on, I can then do that. The sky's the limit. You got a lot of bounties around you, and again, this is a really good compound to be at. All right, because, again, the UAV shows him on our level. Of course, it's just sitting there waiting for him to come around and get him. Now, he's going to go to the next enemy, and there's a bounty over there. So once he kills this guy, he can then rotate, grab the bounty, and hunt down the next guy. This is a perfect example of how to play aggressive and off of the bat. How to get kills off the bat. I love it. You don't need your loadout weapons this early in the game to get kills. I always recommend you guys get loadouts because a lot of the newer guys won't be getting kills this fast this early in the game, right? I really don't know what happened. The guy just broke the window out of the house and never really did anything. He just stayed there. All right, I love the fact that he knew he was up there and he pre-fired around the corner. The reason why we knew he was up there is because, well, where else is he going to go? All right, unfortunately, the enemy did grab the bounty, but again, that's fine. You've got $6,900. The free loadout drop should be dropping relatively soon. Let's go buy some more UAVs and start pushing the other enemies that we know are to the north of Quarry. I love the fact he just landed at Quarry, made it his bitch. All right, your boy's got a guy in front of him in this building, right? And he's a level above us. So I'm going to assume he's on second or third floor. Can't really tell which floor he's on right now, but you do have Deady. And if you're pushing buildings like this, dead silence is your favorite friend. All right, so he's popped dead silence, and the guy is sitting in this corner of the building. Based off the building layout, I would assume he's by the door, maybe looking out the window on this side of the room, not really sure, or he's just watching the doorway. He may have peeked this window and saw you coming across, and now he's just camping the door. Who knows? But you have dead silence on. Dead silence is your best friend. You guys find dead silences, make sure you're picking them up and utilizing them when you push buildings. All right, with dead, yeah, he's looking out the window. This guy had no clue what the hell hit him. No clue, guys. And again, it's not really that player's fault. Granted, I don't want to sit in a window as long as that enemy did, but our guy had dead silence on, so of course he's not going to be able to hear him. And as you can see, he's just bouncing from buy station to buy station, bouncing from compound to compound, just getting kill after kill. And notice how he marks the building to the back, letting him know there's a guy there, and then he marks the other two enemies out to his right. So that way, after he finishes this fight, he can go ahead and win the next one. right, here we are again with the player on the minimap, and of course, because there was no arrow above or below the minimap dot, that was an easy kill. We knew he was on our level, and there we go. Now, we're just running shit with ground loot weapons, right? All right, here you have two enemies that were next to each other. For some reason didn't fight each other for whatever the reason was. And your boy is off to do something. Not really sure what he's doing. I think he's looking for money. He's got to be looking for money, right? There's a stash above him and probably have a couple bucks in it, which will get him his $4 grand so he can buy a UAV. Yeah, there it is, boys. And he's going to make his way to the buy station, I would imagine. All right, here we are at the buy station. Of course, buying UAVs. My man is playing aggressive, and I love it, dude. There are two people fighting at that building. Now, that building is really not that bad to push, and there's ways you can push it, and we'll go through it in a second. People are afraid to push that building. I don't mind pushing it. If it's quads, it's a whole different ball game, bro. If it's quads, yeah, f that building. But trios, duos, especially solos, very manageable building to push. And then you got the bounty on them too, so that's just perfect. That's just perfect. And the reason why it's so perfect is, well, there's two people fighting over there. So you got the bounty, and if the bounty dies, you now have more cash. And if he doesn't, you have an option to get hopefully a double kill. Also, guys, I want you to notice how much he's slide canceling, right? Always utilize slide cancel this much. Always. I love slide canceling. It gets you to your destination faster, and it keeps your head bobbling so that a sniper can't just pick it off easily. All right, so on the other side of the building, there's some pipes that you can parkour, and there's a ladder that you can actually get up from the back side of the building that enemies don't usually expect. So basically what's going to happen is you go in this way, and the enemy is on the floor above you, and he's watching this. You're going to get shot, and you're going to get killed. But if you go up this way and you go through that room to the left, there's usually a Claymore, a Bouncing Betty, or some C4 laying there, and you'll usually either get blown up or just shot, right? So don't go to the left. Hey, he might be going the way. Oh, yeah. So pay attention to this, guys. This comes with map knowledge, building layout knowledge. This is exactly what you need to do in this position. Newer players won't expect this, and I'm pretty sure the guy who's camping in this building has no idea he's about to do this to him, right? Parkour, baby! All right, now you got to be careful with this, because if for some reason the enemy is watching this doorway, and based off the mini-map, the dot is kind of at the angle where I think he's going to be watching this doorway. Normally, I would slow peek this door, but because, again, I think he's over here watching this doorway, or at least keeping his line of sight on both the stairs to his left and the doorway to his right, I would bust in this bitch and try to take him out. All right, we're in a position, we're bailing out right now. I really don't like that play. You've got him hit a couple times. You also have a C4, right? Could have just thrown C4 around the corner, got him cracked, and then you are in an advantage because you do have a plate still, and you're a pretty good shot. So I would have just challenged him straight up. Again, players, when they have bounties on them, they love to camp. If a player is camping because he's got a bounty on him, don't just bail out of the bounty. Don't just run away and say, screw this, it's not worth my time. Granted, if you're downtown, he's on a skyscraper, that's a whole different ball game. But positions like this, fight him out. You see him peeking right there. You got a C4 again. There we go. There we go. And that's all she wrote. Now, I mean, he's going to do it anyway. I see his movement about to do it. But yeah, just jump over to the left or the right side of this. Don't worry about blowing up the Claymore. It's going to hit you and destroy your armor. So just jump over to the right side and boom. And I could honestly just leave it. Just leave it. Screw it. Now we're rocking 7 kills. There's 58 enemies left. And the free loadout drop should be dropping anytime soon now. All right, he's got his primary weapon and really only one weapon. He's got a rocket launcher as a secondary, and he also has Ghost and EOD on this class. He won't need to buy another loadout drop. He's just going to go in straight with the Ghost and rock one gun. Really not a bad idea, honestly. Most players run MP5s, MP7s, or the Origin, right? So if you get a kill at range, you can then take his secondary and save yourself 10 grand. This is a really good strategy to utilize as well. All right, here we are, buying the self-res, buying the gas mask, buying the UAV. I probably wouldn't buy the precision strike. I think I'd hold on to that 3900 just to get another UAV. But I'm a UAV whore, and that's what I do. I think Lingo's a UAV whore too, though, so I probably would have done that. All right, he went ahead and just threw it down. That way he could get whatever ammo he was missing. He was already full on ammunition when it came to his AR. But screw it. Throw it down, get your rockets. That way you can spam the crap out of it and pick up Ghost again. That's exactly what he did. All right, here we are chasing down a bounty. We fast forward a little bit. He just looted a little bit, got a little bit more money. But here we are chasing down a bounty that I see right in front of him to the northwest. Oh my God, really no strategy there. Just absolutely beam the shit out of him. God damn.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. The time to kill in this game is ridiculous, but he was able to just absolutely just make that dude his bitch. Yeah, I was not aware of this spot at all. This is very horish right here. You've been doing so good. Please don't make me watch this the whole game. Thank you. Well, we're rocking 9 kills. There's still 37 enemies left, and we're sitting great on money. All right, so we stayed here for a little bit, and he's went ahead and pinged another guy coming back in for his loot. Guys, if you come back in, if you drop back in on your loot, that's fine, but make sure when you're dropping in, you don't pull your parachute till last second. The fact that he pulled his parachute for so long and then cutting it at the end doesn't matter. You've already been spotted. You've already been pinged. We already know where you're at, right? So the enemy right here is about to die. He died to him once. He's going to die to him again.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Boom. There it is. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. So when you're dropping on your stuff, be very careful. You don't want to just pull your parachute halfway down, float, and then release and pull it again. Just drop all the way down, pull your parachute last second, grab your loot quickly, efficiently. Don't give the enemy time to collapse in your position because you're floating in the sky too long. But as always, my dude calls another UAV, picks up his airstrike, and he's going to head off to the next place. Now, he's got the flag objective marked. I don't know if he's really going for the flag objective. He's got something else pinged in front of him. Flags are a great idea. Flags are great when it comes to this game. That way you can kind of identify where the end game is going to be. You can pre-rotate and pre-plan your rotation before anyone else really does. It gives you the edge. It gives you the benefit. But if you're going for high kill aggressive games, getting flags the entire time is not really going to work. But if you do get flags towards the end of the game, that is also a great strategy to do. All right, so here we are with a new circle. Now, time has passed. We went ahead and skipped a couple minutes. And here we are with the next zone. Now, he's in a great spot. Great spot. I normally don't sit on rooftops and buildings and things like that, but this is a position that I would. The reason being is because the roof that you're on is the highest point in the rest of the game, right? There's no other place around you that's going to be higher than where you're at now. And with that being said, once the circle rotates, whether it rotates down to the left, down to the bottom, or down to the right, guess what? You're still on the high ground, right? So if the circle, let's imagine the circle rotates to this half of the circle. What's going to happen? So once the circle rotates to this compound or this compound, you still have the higher ground. You can jump off the building. You can play the ledges. You can shoot anybody at these compounds. You can rotate. There's so many options where you're at. Now, the reason why I like this compound, besides it being the high ground, is the fact that you can rotate to any of these compounds, no matter where the circle rotates, and have a safe push. The only push you have to worry about is this one, because you do have to cross in the open street. But as long as your shot's on point and you're utilizing the little cement blockades in the middle of the road, you'll be able to push safely. If you're down here and you need to push out, you are in the open. You'll have to utilize a vehicle. If you're down here and you need to push up, well, you're basically screwed no matter where you try to push to from this compound. So if you're down here, you better hope the circle comes to you. TV station, same exact concept. If you push anywhere, you're vulnerable as shit. You'll be in the open. This compound right here is not that bad off. I like this because there's a lot of little sheds. There's a lot of ridges, a lot of hills. There's a lot of things you could utilize to kind of push wherever you want to push. And this compound has the same advantage this one does. It's on the high ground. So it can contest TV station. It can contest the buy station. It can put shots on the enemy. So you want to be, again, on the high advantage points. If you are in TV station or this, you want to try to rotate upwards early. Don't wait for the zone to collapse, because right now your boy, Orange, is scanning the entire area. So the chance of him seeing you push up is going to be a lot less than when this circle's collapsed and all he's doing is looking in this little immediate area, if that makes sense. So push early, push fast, be graceful about it, and get the high ground, get the advantage point. But we're moving out. We're going to go ahead and grab Bank, and let's see what he plays. This is a pretty aggressive player, so he might just go for bounties. He might just go for kills. He might just play aggressive till the end and push everything he sees.
Does anyone want this?
Now that he's left the high ground and his advantage, he's sitting right in the middle of the circle, and his gameplay has changed instantly, right? I don't like the strategy of playing the bush. If you want to play aggressive, play aggressive. There's bounties you can grab. There's things like that. But yeah, I wouldn't be sitting right here right now. Bush camping and bush strats are never my go-to. All right, so we fast forward about 2 minutes, and he's still in this bush. I do see his play. He's basically waiting for people to come in. He's going to catch them while they're out in the open. All right, I for one, I'm not a fan of the bushes, right? I'm not a fan of the bush camping at all. If someone had a thermal sniper rifle, you're just sitting there. They're an easy target. Also, you have no hard cover, so if somehow someone sees you, you're going to get shot, and you're kind of out in the open. I see what you're doing. You slow down your gameplay. That way you can try to finish out the game strong and get a win. I think you're pretty competent enough based off your shots and map knowledge and chasing down the right people to grab a bounty and go after some players. But that's your prerogative. I always tell you guys to slow down your gameplay at the end. Try to finish it off strong for the win. Don't make stupid mistakes. Don't play too aggressive. And that's what he's doing. So I'm not going to hate on him for it. Again, I feel more comfortable around hard cover. I'd be at a building or something like that or utilizing rocks. But this will work. This will work. All right, so we saw a guy coming in. He's parachuting in. Again, guys, I'm going to tell you this every video because we're going to see it every video. Don't pull your chute until you're about to hit the ground. Turn off your auto parachute for the love of God. Turn it off. Because now this guy's going to die because of it. He's not on heartbeat. Oh, shit, he is on heartbeat. Oh, duh, he just came up from the gulag. Ignore that, please. 0 recoil. With no stock. On an M4. What a savage. What a savage. All right, I'm not going to fast forward any more of the match. We're just going to play it out. There's only 9 enemies left. Let's just go ahead and take a seat real quick. And let's see how this ends. I worked out legs yesterday, so my legs are absolutely killing me. All right, there are 7 enemies left. We know where 1 is now. I definitely would make a mental note of that. Granted, you can't ping everyone. You can only have 1 ping on the map at a time, right? So I would definitely just go ahead and keep that as a mental note. That's an easy one. He's going to play that compound till the end. That guy is basically done for anyway because there's no way he can get on the high ground. Now, a lot of times you guys think you're safe in these bushes. You're not. Remember, if people are playing on PC against you, they could turn down their graphics to be absolute shit, and basically a lot of the bushes parts won't render. So you're just kind of sitting out there with like a twig sticking out your head, right? So just be very careful when you're doing this. We used to do that in PUBG all the time. We had our graphics all the way low, so we could always see people laying prone in grass. It's not as drastic in this game, but the same thing applies. He's really looking over there. I don't know what the hell is over there, but he is focused the hell up. I want you guys to notice, though, and take note and try to practice this. He's in his big map a lot. I'm in my map the same exact way. You guys need to utilize your big map. Stop relying on your mini map. Now, to prove a point, I ran a circle map for the first 3 seasons of Warzone, right? I only turned the square map on for season 4 and 5. And the reason was people were like, Savage, you're a noob, you're using a circle map. But I use my big map so much. I am in my big map so much, I didn't need the square map, right? So I just proved a point. I told people you don't need it. You don't need to have the big map. I like it. Don't get twisted. I love the square map. Definitely utilize a square map. But if you're using your big map efficiently, you don't need the mini map to be a little bit bigger on the edges, right? You really don't. So keep utilizing the square map. I'm not telling you guys not to use it, but I just want to make a point. You guys need to be in your big map for most of the time. All right, so like this position right here, he's in a fight with a rocket launcher. You could leave the bush and fight him. I don't know. He seems to think there's somebody over there, and I don't remember seeing anything. Guys, please leave me a comment section below if you notice anything at this point in the video or before. He's very focused over here, which is very, very weird, right? So let's see what happens. I would be fighting the guy down here because I don't know there's a guy here. I have no idea there's a guy here. So definitely start rotating and taking shots at your boy shooting a rocket launcher. Granted, you could just be playing paranoid. That's fine too. But yeah. All right, here's a guy coming up to him right here. This is pretty easy. Boom. Now we're 4 enemies left, and he's rotating downward. There's a guy down there shooting at somebody else. All right, so here we are moving out. Finally, we're going to go ahead and shoot the guy who's by the loadout, and we're going to be on the high ground. So this guy should die relatively easy. And if both of them haven't died, you can go ahead and clean out both of them. All right, but they did. Now there's only 2 enemies left, and he marked something over there. Not sure exactly what he marked. Got nobody on heartbeat. He's got the best position though. He's on the high ground. He's on the vantage point. All right, so in this position, guys, he's playing very passive, and that's fine. I wouldn't play this passive. I'd at least be peeking around the corners and looking around, right? So basically, whoever the other two players are, they're going to need to get your position. And the last thing you want to do is lay here prone behind a rock with no visual of anything going on behind this rock. So no visual of anything out here. And allow these guys to come up here, fight each other, and then fight you, right? Or allow one of them to come up here, surprise you from behind, and kill you if they have Deady on or anything like that. Granted, they probably don't, but you want to catch the enemies while they're pushing out in the open. You don't want to wait for them to be there in your face. All right, so now here we are with the circle rotating, and your boy's leaving high ground. It's not a bad idea to leave high ground when your position's like this, right? So everything to his right is out of visual. These guys could peek down and shoot at him, but if he hugs the rocks, he'll be fine. The chance of the enemy peeking down that much and finding out exactly where he is slim to nothing. Not to mention, whoever's up here, which is the other two guys, they're going to kill each other off, and all your boy's worried about is getting safe. So I like this play. I would definitely leave the high ground in this situation too. But again, play the side of the mountain, play the ridge. That way, whenever you do get shot at, you can just kind of hug the mountain and play the wall. There's a guy in front of him. I hear the footsteps southwest. He's sitting in the bush waiting. I would imagine everyone's got ghost on since nobody's picked it up. All right, they're starting to fight. Now that they're fighting, get position and just wait for them to come. It's a 1v2 still, but they're in combat, so they're gonna, one of them's gonna turn their back to you and fight, and they're gonna be easy shot. There he is up top. All right, I do love the fact that he utilizes airstrike, and with circle rotating back to where he just came from, he's gonna have to make his way back. He does have a gas mask, so he's not completely out of cover, but he's in a bad position. The circle did not rotate to his favor, and he's off of the high ground, big time. And when it comes to these end circles, you can try to predict your best that you can, but you just really can't predict the end circles. When it starts bouncing, it doesn't tell you until it's too late. Good luck, Chuck. His gas mask right now, he should make it, but he needs to be fast. All right, now in this position right here, I'm going to go ahead and assume that the enemy is on the high ground to his right. Why would I assume that? Savage, how do you know that? Well, this part of the mountain's been in the last 3 circles, and that's where the fight had taken place, right? The guy that you killed was a little bit down this hill. So I'd imagine he got in a fight with this dude, bailed out, and then lost his high ground and couldn't get back up. So that would leave your boy on the high ground. If it was me, I'd be on the high ground. I want to be on the highest point, especially in game, especially with the last circle. You want to be on the high ground. So I would instantly divert all my attention to the high ground and just scan it. You don't have to focus on it. Don't tunnel on it. So I do think he's up here. And with the circle moving to your left, you have a little bit of ridge right here. You have a little bit of downslope. I would fall off to the left. I would peek up top to the right, make sure no one's there. And if not, I would slowly just kind of back away and try to get this lip. That way I can gatekeep him from getting to me. Even though you have the low ground, being right here on flat surface, you're kind of screwed. But if you separate yourself from the mountain a little bit, you get a little bit more of depth. It's going to be a lot harder for him to be able to shoot your body shots. You're basically probably going to be like in a head glitching situation where if you go prone, you might be safe and protected. It's not 100% foolproof, but it's definitely better than the option of him peeking and shooting you in the head. All right, laying prone, definitely not. Oh, I just saw a shadow. Oh my God. Did you see the shadow, boys? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. There it is. You saw a shadow. There's his body right there. All right, that lets me know that he's up top. Oh my God. And this is not looking good for your boy. Oh. Oh, you hate to see it, man. You hate to see it, dude. Oh no, bro. Look, good game nonetheless. I really love the aggression you had at the beginning of the game. Really aggressive gameplay. I love the fact that we're able to show my community this from other people in the community as well. So thank you for submitting your gameplay. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a little bit about circle positioning and predicting the next circle. And you know, some positions you're just kind of out positioned based off the RNG factor of the last few circles, right? Your boy had gone back and forth a couple times, but the circle just kept shifting in different areas, and that's something you can't control. Even if he would have done what I recommended and gone to the left side down the hill, he still could have been out positioned. He could have still been in visual. I don't know for sure because I'm not familiar with that exact angle, but that would have been the better play, but he could have still died from that. So regardless, thank you for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe today. Leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 700 likes. And if you learned anything new on the video, make sure you comment what you learned in the section below. Y'all have a good one and good luck in Warzone. Thank you again for watching the video. If you would like to check out some other tips and tricks videos, make sure you do so. by clicking one of those two VODs. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button below. But until next time, y'all have a good one and keep on improving.